Hey everyone, it's Sarah here, Sisters Enchanted. Trying to figure out where to put my cup of tea. All right, so I am here today to bring you day 2 of our super simple everyday magic series this week. As you know, we have a new round of everyday magic kicking off on Monday. If you want to join that class, the link is above this video. And this week we're talking about some just really easy ways to incorporate some magic into your daily life. So when I say magic, I mean all of this magical goodness. So when we change, I talked about this yesterday with having a gratitude practice or recognizing abundance or just being grateful. When we change these little things about our lives, we can see that really great things start to happen to us. And that's what's so magical about life. Is we really can kind of control what's going on in our lives and how we feel about our lives. So today, for day number 2, so day 1 was to practice gratitude and recognize abundance. So day 2 is all about sprinkling some sacred space throughout your home. So we probably all are familiar with sacred spaces or altar spaces, and those are really amazing things, right? So we probably all have some kind of collection of candles and crystals and all sorts of things. And if you follow a more traditional witchcraft path, then you probably have some more traditional tools on your sacred space as well. And that's amazing. But sometimes it's really nice to just put little tiny sacred spaces throughout our home. So what I mean about that, or by that, is you can create... let me give you some ideas. So you can create little kind of mobile altars or little sacred spaces. So one of my favorite things to do in my kitchen's pretty tiny, and I don't have a lot of counter space, so I don't have a spot where I can really put some kind of area dedicated to any of my kitchen witchery stuff. But we spend the bulk of our time in our kitchen and dining room area. We're actually very rarely in our living room, which is where my sacred space is set up. So in my kitchen, I like to use a little salad plate and put a candle, an oracle card with kind of my intention for the moon cycle or whatever cycle I'm in, and some crystals or some natural elements. Like in the fall, it was acorns. So I can move this around, right? It's really easy to move around. So I can I usually keep it on my stovetop, just because it's always like the clear space. And then I can move it around when I'm cooking or whatever. And I can change it up really easily. So that's one way, is just create little tiny sacred spaces. So any room in your house, you can just put little things. So whether it's a little bunch of flowers to represent either the earth element or water element with the water in the vase, with a candle and a crystal of your choice, you can really easily create small sacred spaces. So if you don't have a spot everywhere in your home for like big altar spaces, or for even one for that matter, or you have small kids like me, which makes it really difficult to have anything sacred, or pets. I have cats that also think it's like amazing to paw all over my stuff. Then these little spaces can work out great. So that's kind of the obvious one. Another thing you can do that's not so obvious, or might be to you, but when you are working on spell work or manifesting something in particular into your life, you can find artwork or photograph or draw something yourself if you're artistically inclined. I am not. But you can find something that represents the thing that you're trying to bring into your life. So this could be, maybe you're looking for a new home for your family. So this could be a painting or a photograph or a picture or a cutout or whatever of a home. And you frame it nicely, make it look nice, and give it a spot in your home where you'll see it regularly. If it's, maybe you want to live on the beach one day, so it's a picture of the beach, or maybe you just want to vacation on the beach every single year, or just this year you do, so it's a picture of the beach. Again, so, you can put that in your home somewhere, hang it up, make it nice, don't just tape it up to the wall or something. Do the best you can, to actually give it a presence, honor that thing. And then when you see it, as you're hanging it up or putting it up, state some intentions for it. I have my dream home on the beach and I drink my coffee overlooking the water every single morning. and, whatever your intentions are, state your intentions, visualize the thing that you want to have come into your life as you're putting it up in your space. And then when you see it throughout your home, like when you're walking through your home, just going about your day, when you see it, take a second to kind of, think about that visualization and step into that picture. And so that thing on your wall, it might not seem like sacred space, but that's a little bit of sacred space that you're bringing into your life. So that's another way that you can put some sacred space into your home really easily and make some magic every day. So the magical thing about that is that every single time you look at it, you're working on that visualization or working on manifesting that thing into being, and really seeing it happen for yourself. And you can't forget about it because it's right there for you to see all the time. And, you're honoring it by giving it a place in your home, by treating it well, by making it look nice. Like I said, you don't want to just like cut out a magazine clipping, in this instance anyway, and just tape it on the wall. You'd want to try and at least put it on a nice piece of paper on the background and then tape it on the wall. But give it a presence and give it, some power. So you can sprinkle sacred space throughout your home really easily by creating little tiny altar spaces, or just putting, some crystals and flowers and candles or natural elements together. And then you can also use artwork or photographs and paintings in your home to help you manifest those things that you want to bring into your life. So if you do a spell to bring it into your life, if you're doing manifesting work, whatever you're doing, you have that sacred space. And so every time you're walking by it, you're working on it, you're thinking about it, you're visualizing it, and you're bringing it to life for you. So that's two really easy ways to sprinkle some sacred space throughout your home and work some everyday magic without even really having to try hard to do it. And that's the key, right? We don't want to try that hard. So if you, are interested in learning more about everyday magic, definitely check out the link, thesistersenchanted.com/everyday magic. We start on Monday, and I was just planning for next year. We're not going to do another round until April. So this will be it until April. And it will start sometime in April and go through the very beginning of May so that it covers Beltane. We can do a Beltane class with the next round. So, and if you sign up for this class, you'll get our Yule class this time around, and then you'll still be able to see the Beltane class when I do that in April or May. So we won't do another round till April. So if you want to get in for the lower price, because the price is probably going to go up for the next time too. So get in now if you're really interested. But now that we've talked everyday magic, let's talk about the new moon. So I hope you guys can all sprinkle some sacred space into your home. And, I'm sure a lot of you probably have little mini altar spaces, but if you aren't doing the work with the artwork and the photographs for manifesting throughout your home, give that a shot. It's a really easy way to kind of help amp up that manifesting and spell work, spell creating power. Okay, so the new moon, we have a new moon tonight. I usually try and talk about the moons a few days in advance if I'm going to talk about them, so you have some time to get things together or think about it. But with that holiday weekend, I just kind of slipped by me completely. So the new moon is tonight, new moon in Sagittarius. So I am a Sagittarius. My birthday is on the 14th. So it's another perk if you do everyday magic this round. I'm going to do a little extra birthday magic thing with the class. So obviously, I will only do that once a year because my birthday is only once a year. So if you want to, if you're interested in birthday magic, it's a great time to sign up also. Okay, so new moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is a super duper fiery sign, right? So the new moon is great for manifesting things, like setting your intentions, what you're going to bring into your life, working magic over the next moon cycle. The new moon and full moon, both, you can manifest or release at both of them. There's not really, I'm sure there are some people that are going to tell you that you manifest at the new moon, you release at the full moon, and that's that. But I think that they really are, because you can release things in order to manifest things, and you can manifest releasing things. So I think they really, it just depends on how you word your intentions. You can really do either one. But so the new moon is a great time to set intentions for things that you want to bring into your life in a moon cycle, or even, at this point, you can think about the year coming up. What do you want to bring into your life in the next year? Your kind of immediate or like small, distant, close, distant future, I guess. What do you want to bring into your life? So So this is, as I said, it's new moon in Sagittarius. It's a super fiery energy. So this is a perfect time to kind of light the fire in yourself to do the things that you've been wanting to do, but maybe just haven't done. And you just haven't really, like gotten up the courage to do it maybe, or just the energy, or you've been like going at it at like 10 miles an hour when you need to hit it 100 miles an hour. So this is the perfect time to really amp that up and just light the fire within you and get it done, make it happen. So this can be personal changes that you want to do. It could be things that you want to, actual physical things you want to bring into your life, or like career changes, anything. So it could be, like I said, internal or an external thing, but it's really just a time. Think of like things that you just really need to light that fire to get it done. So it's not something that you've been, maybe, you wouldn't want to, this is, trying to think of an example. So if it's something that you're like thinking about, but you're not sure about that you want to do, maybe you're kind of thinking about changing careers, but you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't really know. I want to go back to school. I don't want to go back to school. Like whatever you're hemming and hawing, that might not necessarily be something to work with right now because you're really unsure. This is something that you're definitely sure about, and you just need to get it done, right? You just need to light that fire and get it done. Like channel your driven self, pull your driven self out and do it. So that's the kind of thing that you want to set intentions for with the new moon in Sagittarius. So if you do spell work, tonight is the great night to work with the element of fire, obviously, and the south. So that point in your circle. So do your work facing the south. That's your where your fire energy is going to come from. So fire moves really quickly, right? So it's really important to really focus your intentions. So this is another thing that we talk about in our everyday magic classes, your intention site and how important it is. But you want to make sure that you're setting your intentions really clearly because fire, as I said, moves super fast. So you don't want to, kind of set fire to something and then you like burn down the wrong part of your intention, or like burn up the wrong thing. You want to make sure that you're really lighting fire to the exact thing that you want. So focus, really on your intentions and what it is that you are manifesting for this moon cycle. And if you are a tarot card reader, this relates to the suit of wands. So you could use your minor arcana suit of wands to do some spell work with tarot or manifesting work if you want to pull some cards from the wand suit, or lay out your wands and kind of look at the journey of the wands. That would be a really creative way to just spend some time with your tarot cards on this new moon and look at how quickly the journey goes from ace to 10 in that wand suit. Like it's, there's not a lot of like, it's not so much of a roller coaster as some other ones. It's just like a thing happens. You light the match and there it goes. And that's really what this Sagittarius new moon is like also. So other things you can do when you set your intentions tonight, you can light candles in fiery colors. So red, oranges, yellows, and, set your intentions while the candle burns down. If you use those little tiny spell candles, you can let it all burn down at once. You can do a votive candle and let it burn over like a few days. Just think if the bigger candle you have, you want to make sure it burns down over this moon cycle though. So if you have like, I don't know, a beast of a red candle or something, you're going to have to light it a lot to burn it down over a month. So when you're choosing your candle, just think about that. And when you light the candle, you can stare into that flame and visualize the thing that you want to bring into your life, really see it happening. Do a really powerful visualization and see it in the flame. Either leave your eyes open and really see it or, close your eyes and envision it in the flame coming to light before you. And then think about it every time you light this candle as it burns down over this next moon cycle. And then some crystals that are great for... anything that you feel called to is going to be perfect. So if you're doing something for love and you want to do rose quartz, like that's amazing. But just in general, kind of your reds, oranges, yellows again. So clear quartz is a good one for this new moon in Sagittarius. And clear quartz is great for spell work in general anyway, or manifesting work. Orange calcite is a good one for new moon in Sagittarius. jasper, and malachite are all good ones for new moon in Sagittarius. So those are some crystals that I would recommend for you to use or set intentions with or place out on some of these little sacred spaces that you're going to sprinkle throughout your home. And that's it. So if you don't have time tonight, or you're catching this later or tomorrow, or you're in a different time zone than me and you're already like wrapping up your day, and this new moon energy, you can totally do some new moon work tomorrow as well. You're not like going to mess something up or miss out completely. So you have like a good few days on either side to do this. So, and the same with the full moon. You have a couple days of that energy. So if you don't do anything with the new moon tonight, but you see this and then really want to, you can go ahead and do that tomorrow also, and you'll be totally fine. So that's it. So super simple everyday magic. Scatter some sacred space throughout your home. And new moon in Sagittarius is a really fiery time to just light yourself up and get stuff done, whether it's an internal thing or an external thing, but something that you just need to do, and you just need to like pull that drive within yourself to get it done. And that is it. So I hope you guys all have a good night, a good new moon, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Bye.